Ever wondered why India's growth story stumbled, even with grand plans in place? Right after independence, India aimed high with a socialistic approach. Think big government, big dreams, and equality for all. But, as CA Anil Kumar Jain explains in his book, BHARAT, The Development Dilemma, what was supposed to bring progress actually brought a lot of confusion. Planning became chaotic, policies clashed, and the country's economic engine started sputtering. Instead of catching up with other developing nations, India lagged behind, struggling to turn policy into progress. The dream was to build a strong, united, and prosperous nation, but reality turned out messier than anyone hoped. So what's the takeaway? Sometimes even the best intentions can miss the mark if the system isn't clear and focused. India's story is a reminder: real growth needs more than just big ideas. It needs smart, steady action. What do you think? Did socialism help or hinder India's rise? Ever wondered why India, with all its talent and potential, took so long to truly take off? Let's rewind to the years after independence. India's leaders faced a colossal challenge: poverty, inequality, and an economy basically left in ruins by British rule. So what did they do? Inspired by socialism, think Soviet Union and the global post-war mood, India adopted a mixed economy. The government called the shots in heavy industry and infrastructure, while the private sector handled smaller stuff, but under tight watch. The logic was simple: rapid development, self-reliance, and social justice. But here's what really happened. Central planning sounded great on paper, but in practice, it tied up the economy in red tape. The infamous license Raj meant you needed a mountain of permits for anything: starting a business, importing goods, you name it. Public sector giants had little incentive to innovate or compete, and with protectionist policies, global competition was kept out, so productivity and creativity suffered. India wasn't alone. Across the world, lots of countries tried centralized planning. The Soviet Union, huge growth at first, but later shortages, stagnation, and political repression. Eastern Europe, same story, with economies eventually collapsing under their own weight. China, only when they opened up to markets did they spark explosive growth. By the late 1980s, India faced a wake-up call: stagnant growth, rising debt, and a near-financial meltdown in 1991. To avoid a crisis, India did something bold: embraced liberalization. Licensing was scrapped, markets opened up, and the private sector unleashed. The results? Growth nearly doubled, millions lifted out of poverty, and India started to really connect with the global economy. But let's not sugarcoat it. Reform hasn't been perfect. Bureaucratic hurdles, policy flip-flops, and state control still slow things down. Some public enterprises have thrived with more autonomy, but others lag behind. Privatization has brought better services and jobs in many cases, but it's not a magic bullet. So what's the way forward? Learn from the world. Mix open markets with a strong, fair state. Digitize and simplify rules to cut red tape. Build bipartisan trust so policies don't keep swinging with every election. Focus the government on big picture stuff, like infrastructure, energy, and defense, while letting entrepreneurs drive innovation. Bottom line, India's socialist start was well-intentioned, but it held the country back. Since 1991, opening up has proven to be a game changer. But there's still a long road ahead,